Hi everyone. I'm actually making this video with the title why we need to actually abandon the term chosen ones when it comes to narcissistic abuse. Okay, why do I say? Because you know that nowadays online we have been having a lot of channels who keep on calling the victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse chosen ones. I I'm very bugged and very bothered with this term because the one very actual fact is that this term did not come about in psychology or even psychological practice. In fact, you realize that when a psychologist counsels you for PTSD and trauma, I say none of them will ever use the term chosen ones. Okay, so where did this term actually come from? Okay, the term itself, chosen ones, is commonly used to assume some kind of a special position that God or the divine chose you, that you are one notch above the narcissist because you have a lot of empathy compared to them. But if you think about it this way, this term, the chosen ones, was actually predominantly a term which came first from religious studies and even studies of spirituality. Because you know why? Who is the chosen one? The chosen one is a prophet or apostle of God, or maybe just someone chosen by God to do something great. Okay, so if you want to talk about chosen one, the chosen one would be, like, let's say, for example, the Virgin Mary, the Mother of God. Okay, Joseph, who was the earthly father of Jesus Christ, and also the saints, the Christian saints, and then the Old Testament patriarchs and prophets, and of course, even Jesus Christ, as Son of God Himself, He's the chosen one because He chose Himself to actually be incarnate as God. But what's the problem with using this word chosen ones? Okay, and the thing is this term chosen ones is actually a term which encourages narcissism. I'll be frank. Okay, once you hear someone using the word chosen or the phrase chosen ones or chosen one, you have to be really careful. Okay, because okay, in the DSM-5, the one of the term the criteria for a narcissist or narcissistic personality disorder is an excessive sense of entitlement. Okay, of self entitlement. Okay, so to claim that you are a chosen one often implies that not just that you are better than the narcissist, but also that you are also better than anyone else who's not empathetic in general, who has a so-called relatively lower empathy. And that it supplies, I mean, the whole thing that it implies a kind of hierarchy of people, that people higher up there, people lower up there. So, and you know what problem do I have with this? Okay, because I grew up in that kind of setting where they had this uh, Calvinist thinking. That was the faith that I grew up in, and it was very traumatizing. The idea that God has already decided some people to go to hell before all time, and that He has decided some who will become the chosen ones, are chosen for heaven. Okay, it's a very mistaken understanding of what being chosen is. Okay, basically, Christ said Himself, many are called but few are saved. Okay, and it's very clear that even people who call themselves Christians, among those people, actually a lot of them probably won't go to heaven because you know why? Our deeds condemn us. Okay, yeah, I mean there are Christians who claim to be so religious, but they do a lot of horrible things, and or people claim to believe in God, but they are extremely really evil. Okay, and one of the few things that you can do as a person to be evil is to actually create false accusations of people, or to lie about something, to constantly lie. You make yourself a person of the people of the lie. Okay, but that aside, okay, the thing is that calling yourself a chosen one simply has no currency, no traction, no worth, and no use in psychotherapy. Okay, because it actually it is a kind of breeding of narcissism and this sense of entitlement, which itself is a psychopathology. Okay, so and I actually remember that when I was actually coming up with the questions for my students to do in the final term paper, because there are about seven, maybe not seven, 5 more weeks, 5 more weeks before the submission. And now it's actually probably around 6 weeks at least. So because I give them the topics early, and I've been discussing them with them the whole thing throughout the course of the semester. And the question was, why is our culture so obsessed with the whole idea of the chosen ones? Of course, chosen ones is very Christological as a term, and also it actually attests to the fact that we want to believe that some of us are actually privileged above other people. It makes us feel better than we really are, but it's not very healthy to go along that line. Okay, it really suggests some people are just there, when some others are not down there, and they are basically meant to be like that. Okay, and the late Christian theologian Michael Heisler, Heisler, had this thing as an evangelical Christian preacher and theologian. Okay, he said that being chosen, unfortunately, in the Bible, based on the word itself, he is a very polarizing thought, but he said that, and it made sense. It actually fits in very well with not just Catholic, but even the Orthodox perspective, where he said that being chosen doesn't mean being chosen to salvation, but it means being chosen, being called to service. Okay, so and that in the Bible they say that the first will be last. Those people who elevate themselves over other people will end up being last. Okay, and also he who wants to be first in the kingdom of God must first serve. Okay, so the servant of God, he who serves God, okay, and other men, okay, he or she will be the first in the kingdom of heaven. So realize the kind of inversion of that kind of relationship. So if you were to call yourself a chosen one right now, in a way you're implying that you are first right now, and you are essentially becoming last in the kingdom of God. Okay, and so what we should do, we should just totally ditch this term of chosen one or chosen ones. And if you come across any content creator who starts using this word, you might want to consider just don't watch the video. If you want to watch it, it's fine with you. It's our own choice, whatever, but don't let it go into your head, because it actually creates some sense of pride in us. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.